It has been 2 years since her aunt was raped and assaulted by a man known to the family. Adelaide Maho is relieved that Sizwe Ntwani will spend time behind bars for his heinous crime.
For me, it's fine that every person that rapes a person deserves a life sentence, because also that person have to live with it for the rest of her life.
Evidence that emerged in court reveals that after the rape, the convicted rapist slept overnight at the 80-year-old's home.
Ever since then, she's not feeling too well. She's on painkillers, ointment for the legs. And sometimes she's just shut down and not speaking, or sometimes you just feel like sitting inside the room, not want to come out or want to be around people.
The Ratanang Victim Support Center supported the family in the past 2 years. They attended every court case with them.
This life sentence should send out a stern warning to rapists out there. They can't just do what they want with women. That we won't allow.
Maho says her hope is for the justice system to be as harsh to other rapists like Ntwani. Niria Hlakotsa, SABC News, Richie, Northern Cape.
A police officer and 2 civilians were shot and killed inside the new Somerset Hospital in Cape Town in the early hours of this morning. It's understood that a patient who was due to be discharged obtained a firearm during an altercation with the police officer. The suspect allegedly shot the officer and 2 other patients before the situation was brought under control.
No media was allowed inside the new Somerset Hospital. The tragedy unfolded in the surgical wards, as seen here on a map in Area 15. The SABC is conducting a full investigation and the alleged shooter has been taken into custody. It's understood that a police officer, Constable Donay Phillips, who was guarding a patient, was in an altercation with another patient who was ready for discharge. He obtained a weapon and allegedly shot Constable Phillips and 2 other patients. The Department of Health says no psychiatric patients were among the 26 in total that were in the surgical ward. There was also an act of immense bravery. A healthcare worker remained behind with the alleged shooter, calming him down and convincing him to hand over the firearm.
It was horrific, to see the crime, what is now a crime scene. The staff were extremely traumatized. I spoke to the staff last night as well. The nursing staff in the ward were completely shaken up, in tears. The sister who spoke the gunman down herself was shaking and in tears as well. So it was extremely traumatic for the staff.
One person who managed at least to calm him down, approach him whilst he was still having a gun, is one of the nursing sisters who's a matron, who managed at least for him just to calm him down. Up to that, at least he gave in. I want to acknowledge their braveness, but even for the staff generally, to have 1, 2, 3 shots, because the cubicle is more or less near to the entrance. That is the second one from the entrance. Meaning that now when something happens there by the entrance, you have got nowhere else to go. It means you have to retrieve and go back, because it's a long passage there. That's quite traumatic.
32-year-old police constable Donay Phillips underwent emergency surgery but died in the early hours of this morning.
What we do in our hospital services with the securities and together with having the South African Police Service that can play their role, but this is definitely not a norm, and we are doing everything in our power in order to ensure that those that come to any hospital, to any government facility, feel safe and secure. We are doing it in our schools and across government departments, so this is definitely not a norm.
The incident occurred during the changeover from night to day shift. All personnel and patients who were present are receiving counselling. Mariska Botha, SABC News, Cape Town.